ॐ श्रीगणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शुक्लां ब्रह्मविचारसारपरमाम् आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणापुस्तकधारिणीमभयदां जाढ्यान्तकारापहां हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकां च ददतीं पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदा। शृङ्गक्ष्माभृन्निवासे शुकमुखमुनिभिः सेव्यमानाङ्घ्रिपद्मे स्वाङ्गच्छाया विधूतामृतकरसुरराड्वाहने वाक्सवित्री शम्भो श्रीनाथमुख्यामरवरनिकरैर्मोदतः पूज्यमाने विद्यां शुद्धां च बुद्धिं कमलजदयिते सत्वरं देहि मह्यम्. We'll see the third verse today. पापौघं ध्वंसयित्वा पापौघं ध्वंसयित्वा बहुजनिरचितं बहुजनिरचितं किं च पुण्यालिमारात् किं च पुण्यालिमारात् पापौघं ध्वंसयित्वा बहुजनिरचितं किं च पुण्यालिमारात् पापौघं ध्वंसयित्वा बहुजनिरचितं किं च पुण्यालिमारात् सम्पाद्यास्तिक्य बुद्धिं सम्पाद्यास्तिक्य बुद्धिं श्रुतिगुरुवचनेषु श्रुतिगुरुवचनेषु आदरं भक्तिदाढ्यम् आदरं भक्तिदाढ्यम् सम्पाद्यास्तिक्य बुद्धिं श्रुतिगुरुवचनेष्वादरं भक्तिदाढ्यम् सम्पाद्यास्तिक्य बुद्धिं श्रुतिगुरुवचनेष्वादरं भक्तिदाढ्यम् देवाचार्यद्विजाति देवाचार्यद्विजाति अपि मनुनिवहे अपि मनुनिवहे तावकीने नितान्तम् तावकीने नितान्तम् देवाचार्यद्विजादिष्वपि मनुनिवहे तावकीने नितान्तम् देवाचार्यद्विजादिष्वपि मनुनिवहे तावकीने नितान्तम् विद्यां शुद्धां च बुद्धिं कमलजदयिते सत्वरं देहि मह्यम् विद्यां शुद्धां च बुद्धिं कमलजदयिते सत्वरं देहि मह्यम् पापौघं ध्वंसयित्वा बहुजनिरचितं किं च पुण्यालिमारात् सम्पाद्यास्तिक्य बुद्धिं श्रुतिगुरुवचनेष्वादरं भक्तिदाढ्यम् देवाचार्यद्विजादिष्वपि मनुनिवहे तावकीने नितान्तम् विद्यां शुद्धां च बुद्धिं कमलजदयिते सत्वरं देहि मह्यम् पापौघं ध्वंसयित्वा बहुजनिरचितं किं च पुण्यालिमारात् सम्पाद्यास्तिक्य बुद्धिं श्रुतिगुरुवचनेष्वादरं भक्तिदार्ढ्यम् देवाचार्यद्विजादिष्वपि मनुनिवहे तावकीने नितान्तम् विद्यां शुद्धां च बुद्धिं कमलजदयिते सत्वरं देहि मह्यम्. We'll see the meaning of this third verse today. The first two verses we had seen. The first verse was a description of Sharadamba, who is placed there in the Sringeri Sharada temple. And there she has a very white complexion that is brighter than the moon, representing purity, representing divinity. And she is Vak Savitri. She is Vidya Devi. She is Vak Devi. And she is worshipped by all of the devatas that are led by Bhagavan Shiva and Bhagavan Vishnu. This we saw in verse 1. Verse 2, we saw the explanation of how she came to be installed in that temple by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji, who was an avatar of Bhagavan Shiva. And Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji, at the end of his life, had established these 4 main Peethams, where Sringeri Sharada Peetham is in the south. And he installed that Sharadamba Murti there and worshipped her with many beautiful stotrams. So this was his form of worship towards her. Now the sadhaka here, the composer, asks Saraswati Mata to bless with the following list of things. First he asks, Papaugham dvamsayitva. Please destroy this bundle of sins, this bundle of papa that has come to accumulate in my mind. Destroy all of these sins, bahuja nirachitam, that have accumulated over numerous lifetimes. Please destroy all of these papa. Now, papa comes to accumulate in the mind after the performance of action. Any karma that we perform, any action that we perform, produces 2 types of phala, 2 types of results. It produces a drishta phala, a phala that can be seen, and an adrishta phala, a phala that cannot be seen, a phala that is in the form of the vasana impressions that remain in the mind. So any action, when it is performed, it leaves an additional impression in the mind. For example, if I eat something because I am hungry, the drishta phala that I'll see is that hunger will go away. I'll no longer be hungry, and I'll feel that, having eaten, that I'm no longer hungry. But the adrishta phala that remains is that whatever I eat, if it's something of my liking, then that liking towards it, that impression will remain. If it's something that I dislike, then that hatred towards it, that dislike towards it will remain in the mind. Now, when an action is performed based on the intention in which it is performed, that will determine whether it will be punya or papa that remains in the mind. When it is performed very selfishly for oneself, then it becomes papa. Those agitations, those desires remain in the mind. When it is performed selflessly as an offering of worship for the betterment of the greater good, then punya remains in the mind. It generates more and more punya. And as one has more and more punya, they get led closer to satsang. They're able to continue in their spiritual evolution. They come to go to a higher evolutionary birth. But with more papa, they come to devolve. Having committed more papa that creates more agitations in the mind, they come to devolve and come to a lower evolutionary birth. When there is a mix of punya papa, then again, one gets a human birth. Now, only in human birth is there this producing of punya and papa. Because only in human birth do we have the choice to choose in how we act. Do we have the free will to decide how we will act in certain situations? We have the choice between Shreyas and Preyas, that path of noble and the path of the pleasure. Shreyascha Preyascha Manushyametaha Tau Samparitya Vivinakti Dhiraha. In Kathopanishad, it is said that in the human birth, there is the choice between Shreyas and Preyas. And that wise one knows how to discriminate, knows how to choose between the two. So based on our actions, based on how we act, it determines our future. It determines how the mind gets set with impressions and the vasanas that remain in the mind. So when selfish desires are pursued, selfish actions are pursued, more and more papa remains in the mind. And this papa gets cleared, it gets destroyed through the performance of nishkama karma. Through the performance of nishkama karma, this mind gets purified. So the sadhaka here, the composer, inherently asks that may I have the opportunity to do seva so that I can purify my mind, and kimcha punyale marat, may I be blessed with more and more punya. This punya takes one to satsang, it takes one to the approach a guru to seek knowledge, and leads one to a higher evolutionary birth. This punya is also spiritual prosperity in the form of values. Amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam. Those values of humility, forgiveness, and non-violence, all of these values are in the form of punya that one gets blessed with. So he asks for all of these, that may this papa that I have accumulated, may all of this come to be destroyed, and may you please bless me with more and more punya. Sampadya means, oh Saraswati Devi, you should accomplish this for me, you should bless me with this. And this is the remaining list he'll ask. Astikya buddhim. Astikya buddhim is Shraddha. Shraddha or faith. Faith is that belief in something that I do not perceive yet, I do not see yet, but when I have such a faith in that, then it leads to my experience of that. So the reward of faith is that one will come to see what they believe. And how should our Shraddha be? This we see in Viveka Chudamani, where Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya Ji defines Shraddha carefully. He says, Shastrasya Guruvakyasya Satya Buddhya Vadharana Sa Shraddha Katita Sadbihi Yaya Vastupalabhyate. What should we have Shraddha in? A sadhaka should have Shraddha in Shastrasya, in the words of the Shastra. In that teachings of the Shastra, one should have faith in order to follow it. The Shastra reveals what is the goal to be sought and the means to reach the goal. So that one must have faith in order to adhere to the guidance, in order to seek the guidance from the teachings. Then Guru Vakyasya, one must have faith in the teachings of the Guru. To learn from any teacher, we must have faith in what they are sharing with us, that the goal that they are guiding us to is attainable for us, that it can be reached by us, and that the guidance that they are giving to me is leading me in the right direction, or that any knowledge that I am learning from them, that they are qualified to teach me that, and that what they are saying will take me to the goal I seek. So all of this is necessary in order to gain knowledge. So that respect for Guru, that faith towards Guru must be present in order to adhere to the Guru's guidance, listen to what the Guru guides the student with. Satya buddhyavadharana. And how should this conviction of it be? It should be with the firm conviction of it being the truth. This faith should be that what they are sharing, what the Shastra says, firmly I know it to be of the truth. Firmly I know it to be Satya. Sa Shraddha Katita Sadbihi. This is Shraddha. This is called Shraddha by the wise. Yaya Vastupalabhyate. And only by this type of Shraddha does one come to realize that reality. This definition we see in Viveka Chudamani. Now, how should our Shraddha be here? In this stotram it says, Shruti Guru Vachaneshu. Our Shraddha should be in Shruti, in the Shastra, in the Vedas, and Guru Vachaneshu, in the words of the Guru. So these things we should have Shraddha in. And only when we have this type of Shraddha, faith, and deep reverence towards the goal that we seek, and towards being able to, myself being able to reach that goal, only then will I come to take up the means in order to reach that goal. To perform the sadhana, I must have faith that the sadhana will come to benefit me. Only if I believe that doing japa will come to calm my mind, will come to purify my mind, will I take up japa. If not, I will not even come to do the sadhana. So we must have faith in the sadhana and the effect of the sadhana, that which it will result in, that I must have faith that it will provide me for that. Only then I will actually start to do it and start to actually receive the results of it. If there's no faith in the sadhana or no faith in the goal to be sought, then one will not even seek that goal. One will not even take up the means to reach that goal. So this we see, Shruti Guru Vachaneshu, in the words of the Shruti and the words of the Guru. Adaram Bhakti Dardhyam, and there must be respect and more reverence for Guru and the teachings one wants to develop. So he asks for this, may I develop more and more reverence towards Guru, more respect towards Guru, so that I may have that strong connection. This bhakti is the most important qualification for a seeker. There can be other things lacking, but in any sadhana or for any seeker, bhakti is most important. And then he says, Deva Acharya Vijati. In all these three, may I have reverence towards. May I have reverence towards the Lord. And may I have reverence towards Acharya. Acharya and Guru we use interchangeably sometimes to refer to teacher. An Acharya is one who has a thorough knowledge of the Shastra. And because of their thorough knowledge, their thorough understanding, they live their life, they walk according to Shastra. And as they walk according to Shastra, they guide the student, guide the Shishya also to walk according to Shastra. So these three things an Acharya has. A Guru is verily a form of Bhagwan, a manifestation of Bhagwan that has come down to guide the student to reach that goal. They are verily an avatar of Bhagwan, they are a form of Bhagwan. They have reached that reality, they have realized that reality. So in this way, Guru and Acharya can be the same, but they are not always the same. So here the difference is given. Dvijati. Dvijati is one who is a twice born. Those Brahmanas who are twice born, they live by Vaidika Dharma. So those twice born Samskrita Purushas, may I have reverence towards them. And Api Manu Nivahe Tavakine Nitantam. And respect towards all of the mantras that are extolling you in a high degree. Tavakine Nitantam. This represents the mantras of japa sadhana. Japa being the easiest sadhana to take up. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi, Bhagavan Krishna says that japa is the easiest sadhana because it can be practiced anywhere. It does not require any materials that we need. We don't need a specific place to be in, specific time, nothing like that. Anywhere we can constantly keep the mind in Bhagavan. The Nama Smarana can be kept. And it is the most purifying, most powerful sadhana that anyone can take. Sarva Vigna Nivaryante Nama Sankirtanena cha. Just by remembering over and over the name of Bhagavan, it can remove all obstacles for one. So, over and over, chanting the name of Bhagavan, remembering the name of Bhagavan, he asks for, may I have more reverence towards this sadhana, may I have more respect towards it, because when I have that, then I will come to practice it more. Then I will come to practice it more. Rama Nama Mahat Punyam Smaraniyam Kshane Kshane. All these obstacles are overcome by the practice of japa sadhana. So that name of Bhagavan Ramji should be chanted over and over at every breath, every moment. May I develop greater respect for this japa sadhana, to practice it, to take it up. So he asks for all of these things, that greater faith in the words of the Guru, in the teachings of the Shastra, in practicing this sadhana. Because the more faith, the more respect we have towards this, the more we will come to practice it. This we can understand in a way like how our parents or elders have guided us, have told us to practice something, to take up something, to given us some advice, and we don't always like to hear it at that time. We don't understand why they have given us this guidance. But soon later, we come to understand why it was, and we come to be grateful for that guidance that they've given us. So this is that faith, having that faith in what they are saying. And because of that faith, we come to follow it, we come to adhere in it, and later we are grateful for that guidance. So this is that faith that is needed, that faith that is he is asking to be blessed with in all of these things, in the words of the Guru, in the teachings of the Shastra, and in the performance of sadhana. This we see in the third verse of Sri Kamalajadaitastakam. And the last line, of course, we saw already. Please bless me with that supreme knowledge and the Chitta Shuddhi that is needed in order to reach you without any delay. We'll chant this verse together. Papagham dvamsayitva bahujani rachitam kim cha punyalimarat sampadhyastikya buddhim shruti guru vachaneshvadaram bhakti dadhyam देवाचार्यद्विजादिष्वपि मनुनिवहे तावकीने नितान्तं विद्यां शुद्धां च बुद्धिं कमलजदयिते सत्वरं देहि मह्यम् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ